Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here at Baxter Cycle in the mighty mini metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. And look what we got out for us today. This is the Royal Enfield Superior Meteor 350. Get that? Superior? Ha ha ha. Play on words. The Super Meteor is coming out in well, hopefully the next day or two. But check this hot rod out. Isn't it neat? I love the way these look. I call these the adult of the 350s. There are three different 350s that Royal Enfield makes. I call this one the adult. It's got all the best kind of features overall. So it's got a 349cc single overhead cam, 2-valve, air-cooled engine, puts out about 20 horsepower, 20 foot-pounds of torque, that's about 27 newton meters, has a 5-speed transmission, and this is the model that has the heel shifter stock, so that's kind of cool, isn't it? The front brake is a 300mm single disc with ABS and a dual pod vibration. Dual pod means that there's two pistons in the caliper. On the back, it's got a 270mm single pod vibration, so one piston. The forks on these hot rods are 41mm. There's about 5.1 inches of travel here. Quite a bit of travel. It's about 130mm. And on the rear, it's got a dual shock setup with about 3.1 inches of travel, or about 80mm. Seat height, this has the lowest seat height of all the 350s, 30.1 inches. That's about 765mm. Wheelbase is 55.1 inches. That's about 1400mm. Ground clearance, 6.7 inches, 170mm. Fuel tank, it's got the largest fuel tank, 3.9 gallons, or about 15 liters. And the weight is 421 pounds. That's 191 kilograms. Now, let me gear up and let's take that hot rod for a ride. Wahoo! First thing I notice about this is it does have forward controls, or what Royal Enfield calls forward controls. I like that. If you're in the market for a newer used Royal Enfield, Triumph, or classic British bike of any type, get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in the mighty mini metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. They've got all kinds of goodies for you. Accessories, backpacks, boots, gloves, everything you could possibly want. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Wahoo! Hey, they're doing a little tree work down here. Let's spin around and see what we can find this way. That 55-inch wheelbase is awesome, isn't it? I love the way these things pull. These are an absolutely fun motorcycle to ride. I rode my classic 350 today, and I just love that bike. I don't have a windshield on mine, neither does this one, and so I thought today would be a good day to take it out for a spin. It's kind of warm here. I think it's about 66 degrees. Look at the beautiful colors in the leaves right now. Just gorgeous fall day. Let's see what kind of a spin test we can do here with this little hot rod. Like I said, 55.1 inches of wheelbase. That is about 1400mm. Look at that. Turns like a dream, turns like a dream. I love it. I love it. Wahoo! And away we go. Just a beautiful little machine, a real hoot to ride. See what kind of traffic we have here today. And welcome to South Marnie. Loads of pull. This machine's a hoot. I love the color on this, and I like the yellow on this. We'll talk more about that when we pull over here in a bit. Incredibly good handling bike. Check that out. So the three 350s are the Hunter, the Meteor 350, and the Classic 350. The Hunter is more of a sports bike, very Interceptor-like, very sporty. It's the lightest of the three. The Classic 350 is the one I have. It's the heaviest of the three. It handles a lot like the Hunter, not quite as nimble, but you know, it's close. It's kind of sporty, kind of heavy. It's the heaviest of the three. And then there's the Meteor, and I call the Meteor the grown-up bike, the you know, the most mature of the three. It's easy to see dash, handling is very good, largest fuel tank, fit and finish seems to be more modern. You know, it's got the old look, but it's still got the modern look. If you're ever in Marnie, Iowa, get yourself over here to the Derailed Grill. Good eats, good eats. Look at that, loads of pickup. Look at these beautiful fall colors too. I love it. Great day for a motorcycle ride. Another nifty thing that jumps out about this bike, to me at least, is the riding position. It's got a very wide seat. Your hips and your knees are about the same height, and your feet, your heels are about directly under your knees, maybe slightly forward. I do like forward controls, so that works very well for me. The other thing is the handlebars reach more to me. With the Hunter, you reach down more. With the Classic, you reach down more. This is more neutral, you know. They reach up to me about as much as I reach down to them. Look at those beautiful colors in the leaves. Wind's blowing slightly. Gorgeous, gorgeous day for a motorcycle. A little bit of gravel on the road here. You know what? Let's run down here to Motorcycle Park and see what we can learn. Wahoo! Look at that tree. Wow! just sparkling. Fun little bike to ride. Reason I'm doing this video of the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, or as I call this one the Superior Meteor, is Royal Enfield is due to release, they've actually announced their new Super Meteor 650, the big brother to this one. And I thought I'd come out here and kind of point out the nifty things about this bike. You know, what are going to be similarities, what are going to be differences between this one and the new one that's coming out. Styling is similar. The newer one is going to be fancier, of course. Honestly, I'm just eagerly awaiting that other bike. I've been to the bike shop every day in the last 3 days because they're supposed to arrive any minute now. We're hoping they're here hopefully tomorrow or Monday, and we can get a video made as soon as they come out. But anyway, just jonesing for those things. Things that the 650 might have that this does have. The 650 is going to have the mag wheels like this, tubeless tires. The 650 will have this kind of a looped frame right here. That's a very traditional look for Royal Enfield. It will have a large single disc on the back. It will have the large fuel tank like this one does. This is the largest of the 350s, about 4 gallons. I think that new one is supposed to be, I can't remember offhand, I think it was either 4.5 or 5 gallons. It was quite a large tank. So that should make a difference. It should have the bars set up like this. It should have an instrument panel very similar to this one. It'll have a seat. These are my Royal Enfield Alpine Star gloves. It'll have a seat, a large seat like this. It'll also have the forward controls as this one does. Those of you that follow me know I love all motorcycles, but I absolutely love cruisers. I really love forward controls. I love this kind of a seat. I love the flat seats too, of course, but I love this riding style. And I had a bike for 20 months that I put 50,000 miles on. La Sombra, maybe some of y'all remember that bike. And that was a cruiser style, and I rode the wheels off that thing. It was just so much fun. And that had the forward controls and the big seat like this and the reaching up bars, you know, and just a real hoot of a bike. And I'm really hoping that that new one will be something like that. The other thing y'all that follow me might know is every time I ride an Interceptor 650, I always say, I don't know why I don't have one of those yet. Well, there's a reason. I have been looking at buying one of those, and we've talked about it and all that, but I wanted to wait until the new Super Meteor comes out. And that is literally days away. And we'll just have to see what that brings. I want to get one out. I want to look it over. I want to ride it. You know, I want to see how it compares to something like this. The new Super Meteor will have I think this has a 55-inch wheelbase. The new Super Meteor will have a 59-inch wheelbase. You know, it'll have well, a lot more power. This has 20 horsepower. The new one's supposed to have 47 horsepower and about 39 foot-pounds of torque. This one has 27 foot-pounds of torque, 20 foot-pounds of torque. The interesting thing is like this back, I think, is going to be very similar to the Super Meteor. You know, a lot of styling cues will carry over, I believe. Now, just to throw in really quick, this is one of the great bikes Royal Enfield sells right now. They sell a lot of these, and a lot of people use them for a lot of things. And if I were going to have a touring bike in this size range, I would get this one. My 350 Classic, I love riding that bike. It's a great bike. Wouldn't trade it for the world. However, if I had to go long distances on it, by that I mean over 200 miles a day on average, over a long period of time, I would trade it up for something like this. Bigger gas tank, more comfortable seat, more comfortable seating position as well. Just a real nifty thing. You know, I'm showing you a 350 Royal Enfield 350 Meteor, but I'm talking about the new Super Meteor because I'm just so excited to get my hands on one. Anyway, life is good. Life is good. I'll try to have that video out for you, the Super Meteor video out in the next, well, hopefully the next couple days, and I'll give you all kinds of good info about that hot rod. We'll take a look at it. We'll take it for a ride. We'll take it on some long rides if we're lucky. Until then, if you're in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, get yourself over to Baxter Cycle. Need accessories, coats, jackets, socks. Baxter Cycle's got it all. BaxterCycle.com. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now, it is a beautiful day, and I am going to go for a bike ride. Life is good. Wahoo!